Baker, just talk about your day in terms of passing. You made some plays with your feet. You certainly made plays with your arm. Just week one for you and how this offense went.
Yeah, pretty efficient for the most part.
Baker Mayfield is the coolest player in the NFL right now.
Baker friggin' Mayfield.
He's taking over.
He's taking over.
A year ago, people thought he was dead. And I can't tell you how sometimes as a pro football player, this is the most important part.
Hey, you got to dig right now. Let's finish in the end zone.
Everybody sees the fiery Baker and thinks he's a rah-rah guy, but he's very intelligent.
Tell me, for you, Baker, what is watching film like? What are the biggest things that you pay attention to, watch, learn from, and how has it evolved?
I think he does prefer to have a little bit of that gunslinger, Brett Favre mentality.
Patrick Mahomes, eat your heart out. Baker Mayfield.
The maturation process that you will see from Baker will be, yes, I still have that in me, but I'm going to become a surgeon.
Every game's going to be different. This is the NFL, but it's good to see that we came out, put everything together. There's still stuff to work on, but this is a good building block for us.
Set the tone, 4 quarters, man. Reset the tone, physicality. Let them know, baby. Mind right. Come on. Let's go. Bucs on 3. 1, 2, 3. Bucs.
If you look at market research, they're going to say, don't talk about this guy.
Some analysts form opinions about quarterbacks, and they're reluctant to move off of them even if there's evidence that suggests these quarterbacks have raised their game. We've definitely seen Baker raise his game here in Tampa.
I gotta have big eyes. You guys just haul ass and that ball's coming up, right?
Mayfield throws toward the edge zone. Caught ball. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Yeah, baby! Yeah!
Well, no, Baker's one of the best at that. Yeah, he's been doing that since Little League football, I'm sure.
He's never trying to concede on any possession. Those types of things are very infectious for a locker room.
Mayfield looks left all the way. Single coverage, one-on-one. Oh, what a catch!
Welcome back, brother! Let's go, baby!
Everybody trusts each other, and that's the biggest part. There's a lot of trust within this group, and that goes a long way in tight ball games like this.
Good team win. Keep building this thing.
It's hard to plan for the unseen. In this league, that can be anything at any time. But learn to pay attention, and it just might flip your luck. You'll find the elements that hide in plain sight. It's what the Tampa Bay Buccaneers did last season on their quest to find the next leader of this franchise. And what they found was deeper than anyone else realized. The quiet intelligence of their quarterback.
For me, my mentality is always, doesn't matter what role you have, salary, all that, everybody's got an important role here. Obviously, quarterback has a lot more responsibility, but for the new pieces that come in, I think that's where the vocal leadership changes a little bit.
Make no mistake, the Buccaneers offense was a success in 2023 because of the play of Baker Mayfield. When the unit hit a rough patch, he did what 6 seasons in the NFL taught him to do: adjust on the fly.
I'm fortunate enough to be able to go through a bunch of different offenses, to see a bunch of different schemes and what I like, what I don't like, to be exposed to different coaching schemes.
Now, with a new coach, his involvement in that scheme is changing as he goes from passenger to partner.
Liam Cohen came in, and from day one he had a plan, and that was to give Baker Mayfield more options in the huddle and at the line of scrimmage. Obviously, it's nice to have those options, but you have to have a quarterback that can make it work. He has to be able to see what the defense is doing.
When I got to know him in LA, I remember walking past the quarterback room one day and seeing his notepad. Everything's highlighted in different colors, which has different meanings of the way he learns.
If you look at my notes, it looks pretty colorful. I have a highlighting way of going about things, the way I study. I've just learned over the years how to quickly process information.
I remember seeing his third down study of an opponent and how detailed it was and how sharp it was written.
I have to explain it to people when they look at it and like, what do these colors mean? And so it's different for running pass plays. There's a lot going on in the paper, but I know what's going on, so it's easy for me to pick it up.
The only reason that Liam Cohen and the rest of the Bucs staff thought this would work was because they really believed Baker could handle it from a mental standpoint.
Liam says he can handle a lot. Baker wants more, put more on his plate, and having him process it at the line of scrimmage and change it to one of the correct plays, I think it's the right thing to do.
getting up there, making the right checks, and not feeling handcuffed at the line of scrimmage is always a good feeling, but you got to know where you're going to go with it.
Here comes Baker Mayfield, coming off a tremendous season, a career high in yards, touchdowns, completion percentage. He's found a home here in Tampa Bay.
He can take the next step within his career of finally being settled somewhere, finally having a place in an organization and a fan base that believes in him. Be yourself, let it rip. You're not gonna get pulled if you throw an interception. For any quarterback, consistency a lot of times is the truest measure of performance.
And the other big component about this offense that's new this year is what Baker Mayfield is going to be allowed to do at the line of scrimmage. He's going to be able to change the play, to get into a right play. And he said last year at times he would come to the line of scrimmage and he knew it was a dead play, and yet you still had to run it. You didn't have that ability. You saw it.
It's not really a quantifiable stat. How many times has Baker Mayfield audible? Maybe the coaches know that, but we don't know that.
Hut! 180! What's hut? Hey, can't, Ringo!
You can see multiple times in every game where he's going down the line and he's communicating to everybody.
Turbo set!
Mayfield the check at the line. Commanders rush 5. Mayfield finds the open man. It's Godwin.
Good job!
He's getting people moved around and in the right spot and making sure they know what the play is. And I think one of the concrete ways you could see that, particularly in week 1, was how well the Buccaneers operated on third down.
180! What's that? Hey, can't! Basic. Turbo set!
3rd and 6. Mayfield, pocket collapsing late, but he finds his favorite target, Mike Evans. First down and out of bounds at the Washington 21-yard line.
You could tell that they had answers for whatever they were seeing on third down, and that's part of this whole giving him extra options in the huddle and then him being able to communicate it, which he does very well.
We got to go get touchdowns, Yeah. That's all. Doing a great job moving the ball and operating, operating at a high level right now.
Just third downs down there.
That's right.
Going into year 7, I have a bunch of stuff that I really like. Working with Liam and being able to communicate that stuff that I really like. That's a great relationship to have.
Hey, good job on that one. Keep leaning on these motherfuckers up front.
You hear that phrase, right? He can make all the throws, and to me that's the one thing that really popped into my mind, especially at the end of the Washington game, because he clearly can zip it. He's got the arm to make every throw.
Turbo set!
3rd down, Mayfield. Pressure comes, steps away, slings to Godwin and a first down.
He's making a lot of those deep outs, which are difficult throws.
Mayfield back to the air, drops it in on the sidelines to Trey Palmer.
He's making throws on the run where he throws the ball a little bit sideways.
Under some pressure, throws sidearm, completes it, and White plows forward.
He's making those corner routes.
3rd down and 6. Baker Mayfield, 11 straight completions. To the air once more, to Godwin once more.
Hey, you got to dig right now. Let's finish in the end zone. 180, a touch.
Mayfield looks left all the way, single coverage, one-on-one. Oh, what a catch! Mike Evans fighting through Benjamin St. Juste for a 17-yard touchdown.
Like last year, I was not throwing them like that, and I went back and watched how Tom threw all of his go balls to him. Because even if Mike's right there, he does that little grab and slingshot. You put air on it, he's going to adjust to it. I don't know how he does it, but he does it.
First and goal from the 4. Mayfield to the end zone. Godwin stretches it across for the touchdown.
Talk about trying to drift on Rainbow Road with no computer drive.
Mayfield with pressure up the middle, floating it out. He's got him wide open. It's Jalen McMillan.
No.
Mayfield to the air, to the end zone, to Evans for the touchdown. His 2nd touchdown grab of the day. The 4th touchdown for Baker Mayfield.
You catch it?
On a second.
I didn't see a signal. They didn't even give a touchdown signal. I was so confused. I was like, did we just score?
They were trying to make sure because they fell through.
But like they didn't do this or that. I've never seen that. I told him, I was like, I scored. Hey, listen, that's crazy.
The 4th straight season opening win for the Buccaneers, the longest streak in their franchise history. 37-20 the final. Tampa Bay defeats Washington.
Oh, yeah.
Stay healthy, brother. Protect yourself.
For sure. You all right? Yeah, I'm good. Keep going, bro. Yeah, always. Long season.
That was an impressive win for the Bucs today. First off, Baker Mayfield was awesome, especially early on in the football game.
5 consecutive scoring drives to open the game.
5 consecutive scoring drives and one good, aggressive throw after another. I mean, Baker really threw the ball awesome today. And then I think what's impressive off of that is they had a little running game to go along with it.
Welcome back into Buccaneers Total Access, brought to you by Hooters, the original wing joint since 1983. We are here with Cam Brate, Baker Mayfield, after an amazing win. We were talking before the break about Chris and Mike and just the incredible chemistry.
Yeah, just it's a lot of trust in, understanding, and they know how my footwork times up with the route concept, that they have to get to a certain point. I'm expecting them to be at this yard or wherever it is out on the field. On the timing of it. So coverages, like nothing ever goes the way your installs, it's lines on a page, and nothing ever goes that way in a game. But they understand the timing of it. That only comes with reps and guys having that natural feel that you really can't teach. And they both have that natural instinct.
How awesome is it? Just like in your back pocket, like
just put the ball up for 13.
Just throw it to Mike. He's gonna catch it.
If it's one-on-one, I said it last night. It's not a 50-50 ball. It's much more in the chances of Mike catching it.
And so now, getting into this Lions game, does it feel like a bit of a revenge game? Like it has a little more weight to it maybe than some others?
It's just an exciting one. Anytime you finish the season against somebody and you have them that early the next season, it's obviously a great opportunity to be able to go back and, especially when you're playing there again, to be able to go back and still have that taste of the loss in your mouth a little bit. But every year is different, and it's a long season. Obviously, we're excited just about being able to go on the road for the first time this year, see how our team handles it, how they react. I love away games, and so to see what this group's going to do on the road early on against a tough opponent, I'm really excited about it.
The last time these two teams met, it was in the playoffs. It's got that kind of feel in this building today as both teams have designs on that kind of season again. Lions and Bucs kick it off next.
Type of game we want, guys. They're a physical team, we're a physical team. Right. We're a physical team. That's why we want to play. To get to where we're going, we got to go through teams like this.
Not a lot that you had to do this week in the Tampa Bay locker room. A bitter taste, and not just Baker Mayfield's mouth, but everybody else on that team.
Yeah.
Blessed. Don't forget it. Whoa! What's your motherfucking bull, baby?
We want to put this game on Baker Mayfield's shoulders. Campbell saying we have to force him into longer third downs and make him beat us from the pocket with our D-line closing in.
When I got to know Baker, it wasn't adversity that he struggled with. He actually enjoyed it. He actually preferred it. He wanted his back up against the wall to have something to compete against that's not just the defense or the players across the football.
When you look at those numbers from last week and see how efficient he was in this entire offense, that is extremely impressive.
Clean pocket, Godwin with the pluck, and Chris Godwin down. Picks his way forward, Godwin just the pass rush. Mayfield steps up, throws on the run, and he finds his favorite third down target, Chris Godwin. Baker Mayfield is doing some work in that backfield. He picks up 11 to Godwin in a first.
So I think there was this narrative about Baker Mayfield that under pressure he got a little jittery in the pocket and his results went down. Baker, through the first couple games of this year, has been fantastic under pressure, among the best numbers in the league. He's got a 14.7 completion rate over expected, which is 5th in the league. His yards per attempt are 13 under pressure, which is 2nd in the league.
Because Baker Mayfield is extending these plays.
Passer rating is 149.3, which is 2nd in the league and higher than his overall rating, and that's really not the way it's supposed to work. It should be going down under pressure, not up.
On first down, Mayfield looking down the sideline. He's got Godwin again inside the 10. in, and he'll walk it in. 41 yards, and the Buccaneers are back on top.
Liam did a great job drawing that one up, understanding where we were at in the field. He was excited about that play call. He had been talking about it all week, so it's always fun when it comes true.
Let's keep working on scramble drill. Keep working with me on scramble drill. They're not trying to run. No, they're tired. They're so grabby if they don't win immediately. You guys win.
3rd down and 8. Another trip into the red zone for Detroit. Can they cash in? Goff looking, finds the open man. It's St. Brown, and it's 1st and goal for the Lions at the 2. Montgomery in the backfield. Brock Wright joins him back there. Montgomery with the carry, plowing towards the goal line. Is he in? No signal yet. There it is! Touchdown Lions, who take the lead for the first time today.
If Baker does face a little adversity within a practice or a game, he has that ownership mentality. He immediately puts it on himself and says, hey guys, let's move on. And he does.
I think that's when he's his calmest. I mean, he understands it, he sees it, and he slows the game down for everybody else so they can play fast.
From the 49 on 1st down, Mayfield wide open inside the 30-yard line. The first target and catch for Jalen McMillan at a pickup of 21.
Well, we talked about the resiliency of this Tampa Bay defense, earlier in that drive, and now it's really the response and the resiliency of the offense. Really good job.
I think Baker is striking a good balance now when he does have to move out in the pocket when it's not a designed run. The first goal, of course, in that situation would be to buy time to make a throw downfield. But there are times when you need 5 or 6 yards on 3rd down, and he can see he's got a shot, and he'll go. And he'll fight through tackles at the end if necessary.
Mayfield looking, checking, surveying. Has all day, nobody open. Now he's going to run. Mayfield with a move, and Baker Mayfield down at the 11-yard line. What a job that offensive line did to buy him time, and he steals a 1st down.
That's one of the fears I had when Dan Campbell came out at halftime and said, we've got to contain him. We've got to be controlled in our rush lane. Sometimes when that happens, this is the result.
Mayfield gonna run again. Baker up the middle, inside the 5. Mayfield lunging, touchdown! What an answer!
Another career long as well, career long touchdown.
Is it really? 11 yards? That's so sad. I'm not looking to run first by any means, but looking back at last year, there were a lot of times I could have extended some plays, keep my eyes downfield, but when I need to take advantage of it and get a few yards, just for positive, efficient plays on offense, that's important.
Goff with a short field, needing a touchdown, 33 seconds. And now Goff to work on 1st down. It's Amon-Ra St. Brown, 9 yards, steps up, throws over the middle. It's Gibbs. Remember, no more timeouts. 6 seconds to go. Down 4. 4th down and 10. Goff looks, skips it, down at the 14-yard line. And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have come into Detroit and gotten a measure of revenge for the loss in the postseason last year. The final score, 20-16, Tampa Bay.
Dan Campbell told us this week he wanted to put this game on Baker Mayfield's shoulders. So I want to see how your shoulders are feeling and how that challenge was accepted by you.
It's never an individual effort. It's not. I can't say enough about our defense. That is not an easy team to play against. And them, they're going for big bunts, going for it on a 4th down. Our defense holding up at the end right there. That's not easy. So I can't say enough about those guys.
You have got some corner.
Defense, I can't say enough about you guys. That's a hell of a job, man, holding up there in the end. Offense, scratching and clawing. Good team win. Keep building this thing. Bucs on 3. 1, 2, 3. Bucs!
How about the Buccaneers and the Lions? The Bucs.
Your squad, man.
Hey, you know, I predicted they would be eating cats in Michigan, and they ate some cats yesterday.
The Bucs are 2-0. This is big stuff.
Fourth consecutive 2-0 start.
When I watch the Bucs this year, what strikes me is how much better the offense looks as a whole.
This is something, man. And if I could go back and re-etch who I had winning the NFC South, it would be them because of Baker.
Wow. As about now, we won 2 games, okay? The same people that are complimenting you are the people that put you down. Supposed to be last place last year, not supposed to win the division this year.
I'm going with the Falcons to win this division.
Tampa's a team that overachieved last year in a division that wasn't good.
The odds have them around 3-1 to win that division.
Makes no sense to me. Well, they get paid to talk about you. Whether it's good or bad, they're going to talk about you. You can't take the bait. You can't take the bait, guys. We won 2 games, which is great. It's great acknowledgement, right? You can nod your head, but our standards got to be our standard. It can't be anything else. We trying to get better for Denver. We got to get better every week.
It's hot. The Bucs are looking to stay hot.
If you go out there believing 2-0, you're going to the Super Bowl right now. Without all the work you got to do, knowing we didn't play a clean game last week.
The one thing that really makes these teams very similar today is they're both banged up into some.
We play hard. We tough. We know that. We got stuff to clean up, guys.
Today felt like the Buccaneers spent all week looking at their record and looking at the Broncos' record, and we're like, yeah, we're not really going to pay attention. We'll see you on game day.
He's going to take it right to the corner for the touchdown. It's intercepted. Taken out of the air by Brandon Jones. Buccaneers need to get something going. It's goal to go, so they got to get it in there somehow. Aiden lost the ball, and it's picked up by Brandon Jones.
Everything outside, they go off of what we do. If we lose, they're going to talk bad about you. Can't be mad. If we win, they're going to talk good about you. Can't be mad. You don't judge your life by letting other people live it. You judge your life by what you do. We judge this team by what we doing here. That's what's going to get us over the hump, okay? Break it up.